I ain't doing that one. No questions? All right, cool. Shit.
Congrats on the nuptials.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Hey man, what was kind of the feeling when you saw, or the moment the deal went through, and you realized you're coming back to the Pelicans?
Excited. First off, excited that done with free agency. Definitely stressful couple of weeks, but just excited. I think we're doing, we're building the right culture. Obviously with the addition of Willie and everyone else, Devontae, GT, Thomas, just excited. I think that's the biggest thing for me, and yeah.
What were kind of some of your early impressions of Willie as a head coach? How much have you really had a chance to talk with him, and how's that been so far?
We got to talk a little bit. Obviously it was tough with him, kind of trying to get his bearings here, and then me, getting married, and then off of my, honeymoon, and I'm in Europe for 2 weeks. But just the conversation that I had with him are, really excited. And I think the biggest thing that he's really going to bring is the camaraderie, the leadership, accountability, but also I don't want to say laid back because that gets interpreted wrong, but it's going to be a fun atmosphere and fun culture that he's going to really try to bring along. So I think that's the biggest thing, and something that's reason why I'm really excited.
And what was that free agency process like for you? Because a lot of guys, it's July 1st, July 2nd, and it's a wrap. But then you ended up having to wait weeks before there was real resolution there.
Yeah, you get to see the business side a little bit more. Thinking that for me it would be done July 1st, July 2nd, and then like July 13th, I was still a free agent. So definitely was a little stressful at times, but I think now I feel bad for my wife and agents hearing me complain and vent to them for 2 weeks about it. But it was it was cool. Hopefully I won't have to do that again for a little while, and when that time does come, hopefully it's a little bit sooner.
And then just looking back at last year, I mean, having to play 72 games like every other night, really compressed schedule, and also all the COVID protocols. Just how difficult was that dealing with that?
Yeah, last year was shitty to say the least in terms of all those things. You get to practice. You already get early, but then you have to come 45 minutes earlier to test. Sit in your car for 45 minutes, practice, do those kind of things. Come, get your post-treatment practice and that post-practice treatment, and then come back later and test and do all those things. And sometimes we got a early Sunday game, we're testing at 11 to 12 o'clock at night, and it was just wasn't the best situation. So definitely excited that, we don't have to do some of those things anymore, and, hopefully we all can mask up, get vaccinated so we can keep it that way.
What was it like when after the season was over? Like, what was your process like? Essentially it was two years in one. Mm-hmm. For you guys in terms of not really having much of a break. But what was it like? Your initial steps to the off season.
I really just got as far away from basketball as possible. My wife had me be doing more wedding planning than I kind of wanted, so I was doing that, and just kind of lifting weights and kind of making sure I'm doing my tendon loading program, and just kind of put basketball on, the back burner and just try to decompress. I think that was the biggest thing for a lot of guys last year, and with how stressful that season was just to decompress and kind of get away from the game. And now, we feel refreshed, and excited to be a Pelican and excited for the season to come.
Josh, what are some of the challenges, or how difficult is it this is your fourth coach, I guess, in 4 years. How tough is that just to, try to adjust to a new person?
Yeah. It takes a toll. Like I said, fifth year in the going into the fifth year in the league. Honestly, really like my fourth and a half coach because we had Bron too. So Bron was definitely part of Bron and Rondo. So both of those guys were extremely high basketball IQ. So I really had honestly basically 5 coaches. Put those 2 halves together, you get 5. But definitely something that I didn't prepare for and didn't foresee. But right now we have an amazing head coach who's we're all excited to be here with and to play for, and looking forward to having several years with one head coach. I think that's the most exciting thing for me. But just like I said, just excited about being in a good situation.
We have one Zoom question.
Hey, Josh, appreciate your time today. I was going to talk to you about your energy that you have on the court you bring to the role you have for this team, as it's been explained to you, but how that same energy and your personality helps for your off-the-court ventures with your NFTs and staying engaged with the community and the fans. That really helps for maybe getting the word out for political issues, vaccination. It can go and affect all of that. Could you talk about your energy on them off-the-court ventures and how you interact with the fans? That helps your marketability, your brand, and everything.
Yeah, if you look at it, for me growing up, right outside D.C., Silver Spring, Maryland, we didn't run into too many athletes, and social media wasn't as big then, so you didn't get to see athletes as much. The only time you really saw them was when when they played on the court and you watched them on TV, or you see them in a commercial. That's really the only time you saw them. So the biggest thing for me is, to want to be a role model for, the next generation for those kids, and that's in everything. That's in, on the court. That's in business ventures, making sure that, I'm smart with my money and make generational wealth. I think that's something that we need to look, be a role model for also. And then, like I said, just having a voice and helping people. Everyone has a voice, but helping, those, be heard. I think that's the biggest thing. So having that energy, on the court, obviously everyone sees me as, a very passionate, competitive player. And, I want to take that also to the course, interact with different kind of communities, whether that's in, NFT, underprivileged, communities, stuff like that. So I think the biggest thing for me is keeping that energy throughout my everyday life. And I got, great support system to help me do that. Sometimes you don't feel like doing it, but you're tired, you're exhausted, but, that's our responsibility as NBA players, as role models, to have that energy for the next generation. Cool. Appreciate it.